Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country. Mr. Tobin.
Thank you. Warami, and welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to thank the University for their acknowledgement of us and for the invitation to welcome you all here this morning. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated, particularly by our elders. Education is highly valued in our culture too. Knowledge meant survival, and our elders are traditionally accorded great respect for their accumulated wisdom and experience. My family descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. As such, he enrolled his daughter Maria into the Native Institution, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie himself, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. She studied there for several years and used her newfound skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them and became known as the Blackstown, where present-day Blacktown gets its name from. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here this morning. And with good reason. Your advancement is our advancement. Your progress progresses us all. Now that was perhaps more readily understood in traditional times when clan groups were smaller and abided by strict sharing laws. It meant that the food that you brought back from your day's activities was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the whole community. And you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we do it properly. Our Aboriginal ancestors lived well in many respects, and I take the opportunities like today to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived south of here a little over 200 years ago, he described the people he encountered there as the happiest people he'd ever met in the world. They had nothing, he wrote, but the tools that they carried. They were naked. They made shelters from the barks of trees without cutting them down. They harvested food from the earth without tilling it. In traditional times, everyone was accorded rights to the country or clan area that he or she was born into. So there's normally no homelessness and no rich and poor. Everyone's got the same amount of gear, what you can carry. We had no armies or jails or even police. We have no history of slavery in this country or empire building. We had no kings. People cooperated to collect resources which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state. Rivers were clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of the creeks here as they have done for the past 20,000 years. And this is not an ideal, this is normal life. We've strayed a little bit from it, and we've got a lot more people we need to feed, but there is no reason for us to expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. So I would say expect great things and dream big. Our dreams can be very powerful, and they can help create a world that is happy and just and beautiful again. We can do this. We're clever people, especially you fellas in front. All right. Anyway, I could talk more about this, but not today. That's your day of celebration. All that hard work's got you here. So I just want to wind up by saying congratulations to you and your family, and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Yana.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan. Mr. Egan.
Thank you, Chris Tobin, for your welcome to country. Well, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and although I can't actually see them, I can hear that we have a few babies in the audience today, and that's great. We have a very important rule here. If a baby cries or a little child makes a noise, you are not allowed to take them outside. You are to stay where you are, because I can assure you nobody is bothered by the sound of a baby or a child making a noise. We all did that once. And in any event, it's a good omen. We've learned from experience that if a baby cries during a graduation ceremony, that baby comes back within 25 years to get a PhD. So that's really good. Well, now, it's my great privilege as Chancellor of Macquarie University to preside at this very important ceremony. First, I welcome all of our graduands, and I hope that today will be a very happy and a very memorable occasion for all of you. But you'll only enjoy the day if you relax. Some of you look happy and relaxed, but some of you also look quite worried and nervous. Now, there's nothing to feel nervous about. The very worst that can happen is that you fall over when you come up on the stage. And if you do, we've got a young man over there who's our occasional speaker, Lloyd Rothwell, and he'll pick you up. That's part of his job. So relax and have a great day. You deserve to take pride, great pride, in your graduation, because completing a degree is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind. You need determination and perseverance, and you need to make many sacrifices. So welcome and congratulations to each and every one of you. Today I also want to welcome, and especially welcome, those of you who are sitting behind our graduands as their invited guests. Because if you think about it for a moment or two, you've all obviously done very well too. The very fact that you're here, the fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share one of the great days of their lives, is proof positive that you've been very important in their lives and in the successes that we celebrate today. So mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, cousins, sons and daughters, grandmothers and grandfathers, friends, husbands and wives, partners, boyfriends and girlfriends, lovers or whatever you are, congratulations and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. And I don't want you to think either that observing today's graduation is the end of your role, because I have at least one more very important service for you to perform for our newest graduates, as they will soon become. I want you to make sure that the degrees they receive today are never ever put in a bottom drawer, but are always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. In other words, if our graduands are too shy or self-effacing to proclaim their own success, you make sure that you do it for them. Now, the ceremony that we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals. For centuries, graduates have been donning robes just like the ones our graduands are wearing today, and participating in ceremonies just like this one. Indeed, there are some 50 universities in the world which can trace their history back more than 500 years. Now, I hope it won't come as a surprise to you to learn that Macquarie University is not one of those 50 universities. We, of course, are comparatively very young, only 48 years of age. But in those 48 years, we've come a long way. We now have more than 130,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 120 countries. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We're regarded as one of Australia's leading research universities and are currently extending our research as we are our course offerings and facilities. We're always trying to engage with the world around us. We've forged strong alliances with the community and with industry and are keen to establish more. On your way here today, you may have seen our new Macquarie University Hospital, just 2 years old. We're the only university in Australia with its own private hospital, and it, of course, is used by the students and academics in our School of Advanced Medicine. You may also have seen our new library, which opened last year, and which I think is probably the very best university library in the land. or our new advanced hearing hub, which is currently under construction and which will be completed later this year, which will create a world-leading institute dedicated to advances in hearing, speech and language science. So we're looking forward and we are on the move. We want Macquarie always to be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. And graduands, in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Thank you.
Chancellor, I call on Ms. Hui Zhao, who is graduating today with a Master of Commerce, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Ms. Zhao.
Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates and guests, it is a great honor to have the opportunity to speak to you today. On behalf of the graduates, I would like to thank our lecturers who have passionately shared their knowledge with us. I would also like to thank our loved ones, parents, family, and friends. Without your encouragement and support, we could never have achieved this. Thank you for being there with us. Congratulations to all the graduates for completing your degrees. Macquarie University is well respected in many industries around the globe. Our degrees will open doors and help us to reach higher than we could before. It hasn't been an easy journey that we've come along. We spent countless hours attending classes, writing essays, preparing for exams, and hopefully not too many hours at the bar. Today is an important day as we are now about to start the next stage of our lives. While our degrees are no doubt important, we must always remember the importance of those around us and our other focuses in life. I'd like to share a story that I heard from a friend which highlights this. The story goes like this. One day, a group of successful alumni went to visit their old university professor. Conversation soon turned to the stress they were experiencing in work and life. The professor brought out a pot of coffee and an assortment of cups, some plain-looking and some quite exquisite. When all the students had a cup of coffee in hand, the professor pointed out that all the nice-looking cups were taken, leaving behind only the plain ones. While it is normal for us to want the best cups for ourselves, that is the source of our problems and stress. If life is the coffee and money and jobs are the cups, then they're just tools to hold and contain life. Sometimes, by concentrating only on the cup, we fail to enjoy the coffee in it. As Macquarie graduates, we now have more opportunities to develop our careers. However, to go back to the analogy, while we pursue the best cups, remember to savor the coffee. The happiest people don't have the best of everything. They make the best of everything. Before I finish, I would like to wish you the best of luck in your careers and life. Thank you.
Macquarie, that was a lovely speech. I really enjoyed that story, and I'm going to remember that. It's the coffee that matters, not the cup. That's a very good message to leave everyone with. So I congratulate you not only on making a fabulous speech, but also on your master's degree. That's a great accomplishment, and I wish you all the very best for the future. Well, ladies and gentlemen and graduands, we now come to the key part of the ceremony, the reason we're all here, and that's the conferring of degrees. Now, I have to tell you, this is the part of the ceremony that makes me nervous, because I'm told that if I make a mistake and give a degree to someone who's not entitled to get one, I can't take it back. I can't undo my mistake. So I've got to make sure that you are all on time when you submitted your assignments, that you never missed a class, and otherwise are eligible to graduate today. So I'm going to ask the Deputy Registrar to give me that ironclad assurance. Deputy Registrar.
Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
Yes, that's you. Graduands, in the name of the Council of Macquarie University and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Please be seated. Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Business and Economics. This is the largest faculty at Macquarie and is one of the largest in Australia. A broad range of programs in some of the most exciting and topical areas of business and economics are offered, which continue to be in high demand domestically and internationally. Graduates have recorded employment levels and starting salaries well above the average for all Australian business schools. Research in this faculty is cutting edge and innovative and feeds into teaching, giving students the best possible learning experience. This faculty includes research and study areas in accounting, actuarial studies, applied finance, economics, management, and marketing. Chancellor, I now call on Professor Mark Gabbett, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Economics, to present the graduates. Professor Gabbett.
Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics whom you have admitted to degrees. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Banking and Financial Regulation, Michael Angelo Francis. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Commerce, Wei Shang Deng. Shuang Ma. Andre Maninkas. Annalisa Merriment. Xue Pei. Nu Hu Han Pan. Gautama Prawira. Kritika Rititith. Yue Shan. Yang Song. Ibrahim Sumantri. Faja Putra Suprabhana. Tilam Jiang Tai. Unita Thedikania. Haley Ka Yi Tse. Chalida Vongpatamas. Shang Wang. Zhe Wang. Amonwan Wijita Monsakal. Fan Wu. Jian Fei Wu. Jun Wu. Guo Ping Xian. Zheng Xiao. Fu Liang Shu. Ruan Shan Zun. Wei Qi Zheng. Hui Zhao, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Karen Yanyu Zhong. Wei Na Zhou. Linye Zhu. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Commercial Law, Melissa Rita Farrugia. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Jennifer Mendoza. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, Ivy Lamb. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Stephanie Lamb. Benjamin Richard Lees. David Laboff. Jing Li. Minjong Li. Noella Lee. Yinfang Li. Davida Siwei Liang. Zhaolin Liang. Rineth Lim. Jiale Lin. Chung Liu. Lu Liu. Shi Liu. Xiaorong Liu. Yan Liu. Yuzhou Long. Winnie Wei Yin Luck. Zaya Ma. Wei Yu Ma. Ashim Maini. Hongxi Mao. Menghua Mao. James Montano. Ho Ting Ng. Helen No. Sean Serchan No. Nguyen Thi Ngoc Nan. Yulia Nikitina. Joanna Davita Nursalim. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Accounting. Shu Yu Guo. Yaxian Guo. Georgina Lau. Annie Love. Flora Yuk Kuen Lee. Lee Lee. Garam Lim. Helena Yi Mei Luo. Amanda Manassa. Tristan Jury Muros. Sarah Louise Moon. Melissa Kim Mothersole. Bilal Mru. Xiao Yuan Nie. Abiram Shanmugalingam. Lin Su. Chao Wang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Marketing. Christy Mitchell. Joe Miyashiro. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Professional Accounting, Samantha Chong. Tuk Ni La. Kimberly Lagat. Tse Ki Lam. Wai Shan Lam. Zheng Bo Leng. Kit Man Lau. Emily Le. Vu An Tao Lee. Hong Kwok Lee. Junhun Lee. Pik Kwan Lee. Su Yong Lee. Yun Ku Lee. Guanan Lei. Yi Lu Leong. An Chi Lee. Chung Yu Lee. Cui Fang Lee. Dan Lee. Ke Yi Lee. Quinn Lee. Meng Shi Lee. Meng Ya Lee. Michael Manhin Lee. Pan Pan Lee. Rong Yu Lee. Tong Lee. Xinyang Li. Yishi Li. Zhong Li. Meng Lian. Sun Liang. Yuan Liang. Iwen Liu. Hua Jie Lin. Jianshao Lin. Li Lin. Xiao Lin. Shu Lin. Yue Lin. Bofu Liu. Di Liu. Dong Liu. Jia Liu. Kai Yu Liu. Xiaofang Liu. Xinran Liu. Yijun Liu. Yuxuan Liu. Zhang Liu. Zhihan Liu. Adam Chi Ming Liu. Shin Shin Lu. Ya Li Lu. Meng Chao Luan. Karina Luck. Zhiman Leng. Sen Luo. Yun Lu. Yue Ma. Chi Fan Mak. Sylvie Ramran Macmoor. Luke Joel McGregor. Han Mei. Toshi Mibu. Xiaolan Mo. Ben Gerard Murray. San Tu Za Mio. Ka Wei Ng. Nok Tu Nguyen. Ti Tu Lin Nguyen. Wan Chao Ni. Suhan Ning. Zhao Ying Ning. Min Chun Wang. Chin Yin Young. Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics.
Now tell me, would you like to be able to sing like that? Well, I've got bad news for you. You never will. That magnificent voice belongs to Angela Brewer, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to hear Angela sing just a little bit more? Okay, well, what you have to do, you enrol in another degree. And when you come back at your next graduation, I promise you, Angela will be here singing. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, I think Angela deserves another great round of applause. But I think we should also thank our organist over there. That's Dr. James Forsyth. And on the Chinese flute, Mr. Chai Chang Ning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Mr. Lloyd Rothwell. Mr. Rothwell was appointed General Manager of Macquarie's Swim School, one of Australia's leading swimming organisations, in March 2010. Prior to relocating to Wollongong, Lloyd played a leading role in establishing the aquatic program and the swim school here at Macquarie University. He's worked in the sports management field for 10 years, having also spent time with the world-famous Carlisle Swimming Group and Sports People, which is Australia's largest sports recruitment agency. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lloyd Rothwell.
Chancellor, members of the faculty, staff, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that's a hard act to follow. Look, thank you very much for the opportunity to address you today, and a deserved congratulations to all graduates. I have great respect for each of you. You have shown dedication and perseverance in achieving your degrees. Thirst for knowledge and devotion to learning are indeed admirable qualities. When thinking about what I was going to say to you today, I thought back to my own graduation ceremony, which was in 2002. My first reaction was, of course, that there's no way that it could be 10 years since I finished university. Unfortunately, it's true. Once I got past that unfortunate fact, my overarching recollection from around the time of my graduation was both excitement and satisfaction at achieving my degree, but also of honestly having absolutely no idea of what I was going to do next. Certainly at that point in time, I could not have imagined that in 10 years' time I would be addressing you here today. What I can tell you though is that for many of you, you're about to experience the most amazing and exciting period of your life. I can unequivocally say that this has definitely been true in my case. In the 10 years since I graduated, I've had 7 different jobs, moved 8 times, relocated to a different city to further my career, gotten married, and started a family. Now, my wife's not here today, but somebody that knows her is watching, so I have to tell you that the last 2 of those are, of course, the most important. However, success does not come easily. Success is a commitment. Many people have theorised on the habits of successful people. The attitude that I look for in people is passion for what they do and believe in. Skills and knowledge can be acquired over time. However, it's not so easy with passion and beliefs. The people that motivate me the most are those that are passionate about making a difference in what they do. Although I graduated from university with majors in history and industrial relations, I work in sports management, more specifically swimming and aquatic education, as that's what I'm passionate about, believe in and enjoy doing. I meet many people in my line of work, and I'm lucky enough to have a direct opportunity to make a difference to other people's lives, which I find extremely rewarding. Obviously, working in swimming, I see many great achievements. I see young children grow and develop as they learn a potentially life-saving skill that will hopefully be with them for life. Working with children has taught me many things, and this applies, I believe, no matter what your career. The most important things that working with children teach you are, first of all, don't take yourself too seriously, and second of all, make sure to have fun along the way. Of course, young children are also great at keeping you honest, and they also tell lots of funny stories. Some of these children go on to achieve at the highest level in the sport. In our case, we placed 2 swimmers on the Olympic team this year. David McKeon, who swam the 400-metre freestyle and was also a member of the 4x200-metre freestyle relay, and Jared Port, who was Australia's sole representative in the 1500-metre freestyle. Both David and Jared were on not only their first Olympic team, but also their first senior Australian swimming team. While neither of them swam quite as fast as they would have liked, they each performed strongly and learnt a great deal at the Games. For our organisation, having 2 homegrown athletes on the Olympic team gave us immense satisfaction. We're very proud to have given 2 young men the opportunity to become Olympians, whilst living and training in a regional area. Despite the recent negative publicity surrounding the Australian swimming team since the Games, I can tell you that many of the athletes on that team are very impressive young people. They're talented, skillful, hardworking, and dedicated to success. There will no doubt be many lessons learnt from our performance in London, but rest assured, there are some very good swimmers on the team that will be even better in Rio in 4 years' time. I'm not here to kid you though. No matter how much you enjoy your job, there will always be challenges, failures, moments of doubt, and times of reflection. You will also have the opportunity to meet some amazing and inspiring people. To that end, I'd like to share with you a story of a man who I've met and found to be an inspiring leader in my field. Mr. Michael Morris is a firefighter from Western Sydney. He's married with 3 young children. A number of years ago, while away on business, he received the phone call that all parents fear. His 2-year-old son, Samuel, had been in an accident and they were not sure if he'd survive. The pool fence at the rental house in which they were living was faulty, and Samuel had gained access to the pool area. His mother found him, face down, just below the surface of the water. Now, I'm sure that many of you here today don't know that 284 Australians drowned in the last year. Further, I'm sure that you don't know that many more present to hospital emergency departments with non-fatal injuries caused by near drownings. Samuel Morris survived his near-drowning experience, but is severely disabled as a result of hypoxia. He's now 8 years old and suffers from innumerable health problems. As a result of this tragic accident, Michael Morris formed the Samuel Morris Foundation to support other families who have experienced near drownings and injuries caused by brain hypoxia. He's a tireless campaigner for water safety. His work with the Samuel Morris Foundation takes him all over Australia. He speaks at many engagements, lobbies politicians, and participates in fundraisers. I recently saw him present at a conference for child safety advocates in Wollongong. There were no more than 30 attendees in the room, and Michael had driven straight to Wollongong after working the night shift for the fire brigade. But he was there because he wants to make a difference. He does this whilst, of course, still being a devoted husband and father. Now, I realise that it may be unusual to recount what is essentially a tragic story on a happy occasion such as this. However, inspiration comes from many places. Working in sport as I do, we often focus on the stories of glory, the winners, and the high achievers. It's easy to forget that there are hardships and challenges in everyday life that many people need to overcome. Be inspired by these people. Learn from them. Harness their energy. These are the people that will keep you going when times are tough. I'd also like to remind you of the importance of living a balanced life. Working hard at your career is important and is often the measure of success for many people. However, as I said earlier, I became a parent 5 months ago. As I'm sure all the parents who are here today will attest, being a good parent is at least as challenging and fulfilling as anything you will experience in your working life. At the very least, living with less sleep and more stress is a challenge for the best of us. I also encourage you to support your community in a way that suits you and to be involved in decisions that will affect the society in which you choose to live. As graduates, you are also potential leaders of that society. Engaging in your community is a responsibility that comes with a part of being a member of society. Don't forget to give something back, whether it's becoming a volunteer, supporting a charity, joining a community-based organisation, and of course, continuing to support your university. In conclusion, university gave me a lifelong love of learning and education, but it didn't give me a career. Passion gave me a career. Hard work and dedication gave me success, and balance has given me love and happiness. Congratulations again, and I wish you all the best of luck in the next exciting chapter of your lives. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Lloyd. That was a great occasional address and very good advice too. Don't forget to give something back. And you can make a difference, and all you have to do to make a difference is to try, and you will. Let's thank Lloyd once again for a great occasional address. I was interested in his reference to the negative publicity that particularly our swimmers got in our Olympic team this time. I mean, I was infuriated by it. The fact that the media seemed to portray coming second by a whisker as failure was just very, very infuriating. I mean, if I'd won a silver medal or a bronze medal in any Olympic event, even if it were the tiddlywinks, I'd have that silver medal or bronze medal indented in my front teeth and would walk around displaying it for the rest of my life. I think the media was very, very unfair. Anyway, let's forget those unpleasant things. Well, graduates, this ceremony marks the end of one stage in your relationship with Macquarie University. But it's certainly not the end of your association with Macquarie. From today on, for the rest of your lives, you are part of the bigger Macquarie family, which is our alumni, and part of the network of Macquarie alumni, which now spans the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our alumni program, which is focused on lifelong learning, lifelong support, and lifelong connections. Our commitment to you is to help you keep in touch and engaged with Macquarie throughout your life. And please do make sure to come back to Macquarie, either to undertake more study, to attend alumni events, perhaps use our aquatic and fitness facilities, or even, if you like, come back with your family and friends and enjoy a picnic down by the lake. Well, now, graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges. But like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. Believe it or not, you, each and every one of you, can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner either to do it, because almost everything you do, in your homes, in your workplaces, and in your communities, matters and can make a huge difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large or small, can reverberate throughout society, through the decades, indeed the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or a kind gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life or a great career or a great achievement. So as Chancellor of Macquarie University, I charge you to use what you have learned, not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I charge you to recognise the worth and dignity of all people, particularly those who have not had the opportunities that you've enjoyed. I charge you to set high goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. I charge you, wherever you to go with all your heart. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Graduates, I hope also that you'll always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom, of course, are here with you today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm now going to ask you to do just a couple of things for me. Graduates, would you now please stand? Now I'd like you to put your degrees on the seats behind you so that your hands are free, and I'd like you to turn around to face your families and friends. And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Now, graduates, you can turn around now, but don't sit down because we'll be leaving in a moment. I think we have also some people on the stage who you'd like to thank, and they're the representatives of our academic community. Please join with me in thanking them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the official party will now leave the courtyard through the centre aisle, and we will be followed by all of the graduates. I would invite you now to all please stand and to remain standing until the last of the graduates have processed out. And then I hope you will join us at the University Court for some light refreshments. Well, graduates, I wish you the very best for the future. And in the words of the old Irish blessing, may the road rise up to meet you, may the wind always be at your back, may the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Thank you.